What got you into boxing? I got to ask you because, you know, women can do so many different things, but you chose one of the hardest sports in boxing. What got you into it, and how did it happen?
My father got me into it. I would watch fights with him when I was young, about 7, 8 years old. He would show me fights like Roberto Duran and Sugar Ray Leonard, Muhammad Ali. I remember watching De La Hoya when I was younger. So just so many fights. He just gave me so much knowledge of the sport, and it intrigued me. So I asked him if he can take me to a gym when I was 8 years old, and I started from there, and I haven't stopped. So it's been going on 16 years now. Yeah.
Was it difficult for you? Was it, some people are real naturals at it, some people have to work at it. How was it for you when you first started?
So natural. It was very natural. It was so tough. I had the toughest trainer when I first started. He would make us run. I was 8 years old, running a bunch of miles, doing a bunch of push-ups, everything with the boys. And the first thing my trainer told me was, you know, if you want to box, I'm not going to treat you like a girl. You're going to be treated just like one of the boys. And I was like, okay. And then I didn't know how hard it was going to be. It was so difficult, but never once did I ever think, like, I want to quit. This is too hard. Like, I loved it.
You know, we see a lot of female boxers, female athlete box fighters in MMA. We don't see too many successful ones in boxing, but you got, like I said, you got a lot of attention. What are you trying to do in the sport, and do you think you could captivate the audience that usually watches the male guys?
I think I can captivate the audience. You know, it's mostly a male audience, and that's what you need to captivate, because so many female fighters, they fight just alike. In my opinion, I think they fight the same. They fight like each other. So when you see a girl fight, you're pretty much seeing the girl fight that was before that, or you're going to see the next girl fight that's going to look exactly the same. But I think you need to bring something different. You know, you need to, I want to be compared to not just one of the best female fighters, but one of the best fighters in general out there. So, you know, that's what I'm hoping to do in the sport, and hopefully I can, you know, transcend the sport just like Ronda Rousey did for MMA. So that's my goal.
And people who haven't seen you fight before, how would you describe your style? Boxer, puncher, speed? I mean, how would you describe yourself?
I would say it's different because I transition well. I can go from, you know, offense to defense at the same time, not just, you know, not just one-dimensional. You know, I have a very big imagination for different punches, and, you know, I like to set up punches and use defense, but at the same time I like to still be there and able to counter. So I guess I transition well, but I do both well.
Is it easy finding work, like sparring partners and things like that, to get prepared for your fights? Is it a little difficult around here? How is it?
It's really difficult to find sparring partners. I have to spar girls that are a lot heavier than me. So this last fight I was sparring girls who were like 135, 130, even 140, but, you know, I have to do it. I need to spar with someone, and I can't spar with anybody in my weight class because then those are potential opponents.
Dean Campos has been training you since you were 8 years old. That's public knowledge. This opportunity, we talked when we first started today, that it's a huge opportunity for you. What do you think this means to him?
Oh man, Dean, how are you?
Sorry. No, don't apologize. This is a big moment. It's a huge network. It's an unbelievable company that is the pioneer of the sport of boxing. You have Bob Arum sitting right up front. I don't take it for granted. As a host, I sit here and I think of how special these moments are, and I can only imagine how special this is for you and your team.
Yeah, it's very special because these past 11 months have been typical for me to stay out of the ring and not fighting. So I felt like I was missing out on so much because I'm so competitive and I want to show that I'm great. So I know it means so much for my father and for Dean, who put so much time into me when women's boxing was nowhere. And women's boxing has had the most amazing year this year, so fast forward to now, I feel like I didn't miss out on anything these past 11 months because I'm back at a better time in women's boxing than ever, and I'm just gonna help elevate women's boxing so much more.
Well, we're excited.
know I gotta come back.